Hello, I'm L.V. Miller, one of the owners of the family of Meadowlark Log Homes. Recently we got contacted by the National Park Service to replace the railings on one of the lodges. Right now we're building the railings in the shop, pre-assembled, one piece at a time by hand, to go into the Lake McDonald Lodge. We're going to ship the railings out to a paint shop where they'll be painted brown to match the lodge color. They had to tear the old railing off and replace everything with our new railing to match the original.
So when I first heard about the Lake McDonald Lodge, I was pretty excited because it's a really historic building from Glacier Park, and I was pretty excited to be able to have the opportunity to build the railing for it. The job is really custom. I had to get the cedar out of Chico, California. It's called the incense cedar. It's quite a product to work with. It smells really good, but it certainly took a whole lot more time and effort to get the material around. So with the hand scribed railing, the difference between that and the mortise and tenon system is you have to scribe around the round of the log, and it takes a special type of tool to be able to do this. But it was a really fun project to be able to try out our tools with that.
Alright, so I am Shane Blackwell, Cultural and Historic Preservation Specialist for Glacier National Park. I'm basically in charge of any renovations, any repairs, any maintenance, anything done on the buildings, and we do our best to make it look like it did 100 years ago when these buildings were built. This is Lake McDonald Lodge in Glacier National Park, right on Lake McDonald Lake, which is right behind you, and we have brought in Meadowlark Log Homes to redo all of the log work on the outside here. We are doing a huge renovation this past winter and spring before we open. Our log railings have been deteriorating over the years, and basically it's an inside joke between us. They've been held together by all the layers of paint. The wood has completely rotted away. There's nothing left. So we've done a lot of renovations on the inside of the building. Got together with NPS and said, hey, you know, if we're gonna have a grand opening for all the new stuff on the inside and all the, you know, repairs and restorations, let's not neglect the outside. And so, you know, we met with a bunch of different contractors and sat down with them, and Meadowlark was by far the best decision we made. And they've done a phenomenal job redoing everything.
So my name is Joe Miller from Meadowlark Log Homes, and I just want to tell you a little bit about the lodge that we have here. As an owner of Meadowlark Log Homes, I feel very fortunate that we as a company were able to get the contract to work on this historic building that's 102 years old here this year. Our portion of the project was to do the railings, the log railings, so all the exterior log railings we were able to completely rebuild. So where else can you go on a lunch break and you look out at this view? It's just tremendous. You've got the snow-capped mountains in the background. This lodge was actually built in 1914, and this lake that you see right back here in my background, they brought all the logs, all the materials over on boats and built this historic lodge. And so we're very fortunate to have a part of this. So when I first came to look at the project, all the previous log rails were still intact. And so those all had to be, I had to take unique measurements, and each piece had to be measured precisely. and then all the log railing that was on there had to be taken off. We had to build each piece custom per size, and so then when we bring them over, due to the nature of the design, since it's an old building, each piece sometimes has to be, with a hand scribe tool, has to be adjusted to fit. And then we have long log screws that attach the rails and the posts together, and they're also lagged to the deck, and as well as braces are lagged from the cedar beams onto the posts. And so it's a very secure system that won't fall down in years to come. These log railings that you're looking at are actually made from incense cedar. They come from Northern California, North Central California. The cedar is a unique kind of wood. It takes a long time for it to rot, so these cedar rails should last a lifetime. With the high quality paint job that's on there, they're made to look old, but they're actually brand new. They should last for a very, very long time. It took a whole day to get this front section of railing in. Now we're finally getting ready to get started on these upper balconies. Well, we got everything done. It's been a hard day's work, but these boys pulled it off. As you can see, it's all the railings up. We just got to finish putting the rest of the lags in and calling it a day. I really enjoyed working with Shane and Mark Blackwell. They were a pleasure to work with, and Xantera. So it was a real pleasure. These guys were awesome to work with. I really enjoyed it, and as we finish the project, we look forward to continued relationship.
And we have quite a number of buildings in the park, and as you can imagine, most of them have a lot of log details, or are built out of logs, log homes, log cabins, and such. And so we have a lot of work for you.
All right.
I hope you're ready for it.
Well, thank you, Shane.
Absolutely.
It was a pleasure.
Thank you.
Yep.